Have you ever seen someone so blinded by arrogance that they humiliate another person in public, only to instantly regret it? That's what happened one evening at a high-end charity gala. A woman thought she could slap me just because she thought she was better than me. But what she didn't know, I was the billionaire's wife. And a moment later, she was begging for mercy. My name is Danielle. I'm 32 years old, and I've been married to Marcus James, a billionaire investor and philanthropist, for 5 years. Now, let me get this out of the way. Yes, people often make assumptions when they see me. Marcus is white, I'm black, and we live in a world where stereotypes run deep. People look at me and assume I'm a gold digger, a trophy wife, or that I don't belong in certain circles. The truth, I built my own career before I met Marcus. I was an attorney, working long hours and grinding through cases. When we met, I wasn't looking for a rich husband. I was looking for respect and partnership. And that's exactly what Marcus and I found in each other. But not everyone could accept that, especially a woman named Victoria. Victoria came from old money. Her family name was on buildings, museums, and hospitals across the city. She'd grown up believing she was at the very top of the social ladder, and she hated me. She hated that I, a black woman from a middle-class background, had married Marcus, the man she had once tried to date herself. She hated that I was respected in our community, loved by the press, and admired for my charity work. So when we ended up at the same charity gala one evening, she saw an opportunity. The event was beautiful. Chandeliers glittering, waiters weaving through the crowd with trays of champagne, classical music floating in the background. Marcus and I arrived together, hand in hand. Cameras flashed as we entered. People smiled, and I felt proud. I wore a deep emerald gown, my hair in an elegant updo. A diamond necklace Marcus had gifted me for my birthday resting against my collarbone. Victoria was already there. She spotted me the moment I walked in, her eyes narrowing. She glided across the room in a silver dress, dripping with jewels, her expression sharp and cold. "Well, well," she said loudly enough for people around us to hear. "If it isn't Danielle, the girl who came from nothing and lucked into billions." A few heads turned. The air tightened. I smiled calmly. "Good evening, Victoria." "Always a pleasure." Her smile was fake, venom hiding behind it. "Tell me, Danielle, how does it feel to be, well, out of your league?" I could have ignored her. I could have walked away. But before I could even respond, she stepped closer. Too close. "You know," she said, her voice dripping with malice, "people like you don't belong here. You can put on the diamonds, wear the gowns, but you'll always be what you are. A nobody trying to play queen." I felt the crowd pressing in, people whispering, cameras flashing discreetly. My heart pounded. Then, before I could say a word, she lifted her hand and slapped me across the face. The sound cracked through the ballroom like thunder. My cheeks stung, my head whipped to the side, and gasps echoed all around us. I froze, holding my ground, my chest rising and falling as I steadied myself. For a moment, the entire room was silent, Victoria smirked. "There? Now, maybe you'll remember your place," but what she didn't realize was that Marcus had been standing just a few steps away, and he'd seen the entire thing. "Victoria!" His voice cut like steel across the room. She flinched, turning toward him with wide eyes. Marcus, He stormed forward, his face red with fury. He didn't raise his voice often, but when he did, everyone listened. "You just assaulted my wife," he said, every word sharp. Her fake confidence cracked. I didn't mean..." "Save it," Marcus snapped. "You've embarrassed yourself, your family, and this entire event." The whispers in the room grew louder. Phones were out, cameras recording. Victoria realized what had just happened. Her slap wasn't just a private humiliation. It was public, documented, permanent. Her smirk dissolved into panic. "Marcus, please. You know me. I lost my temper. It was a misunderstanding." "Misunderstanding," Marcus shot back. "You hit my wife in front of hundreds of people." "That's not a misunderstanding. That's assault." Her hands shook. "Please, Marcus, don't ruin me. My family, my reputation." But Marcus wasn't having it. "Victoria, you ruined yourself the moment you laid hands on Danielle. And believe me, there will be consequences." Security arrived. Marcus ordered them to escort Victoria out of the gala immediately. She tried to resist, her voice trembling as she pleaded. "Marcus, please." "Danielle, please, I didn't mean it." I stood tall, my cheeks still burning, but my pride intact. I looked her in the eye and said, "Victoria, one day, you'll understand that respect isn't about money or power. It's about how you treat people." Her face crumpled as she was led away, her silver dress trailing behind her like a ghost of her arrogance. The incident made headlines the next morning. Socialite assaults billionaire's wife at gala. Humiliation at high society event. Clips of the slap circulated online. Public opinion turned against Victoria instantly. Her family's reputation took a hit. Sponsors pulled support from her charity projects. Invitations to high-profile events dried up. Meanwhile, I received an outpouring of support. Messages from strangers, fellow women, and even people in Victoria's own circles who said, "Thank you for handling that with dignity." It would have been easy to lose my temper that night, to slap her back, to scream. But I didn't, because I knew something she didn't. Real power isn't loud. It doesn't need to humiliate others to prove itself. Real power is quiet, steady, and unshakable. Victoria thought she could reduce me to nothing with one slap. Instead, she revealed her own nothingness. And me? I walked out of that gala with my head held high, my husband by my side, and the world watching. Not because I was a billionaire's wife, but because I chose dignity over rage. That night taught me a lesson I'll never forget. Never measure someone's worth by where they came from, the color of their skin, or how much money they have. Because the moment you try to tear someone down, you may just be tearing yourself apart. Victoria thought she was slapping me into my place. Instead, she slapped herself out of hers. Thank you so much for watching this story till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned something from it. If you'd like to hear more stories like this, full of life lessons, drama, and emotions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Your support means the world, and it helps me keep bringing you more inspiring and unforgettable stories. Stay tuned, because more amazing stories are on the way.